You know, even little old me is old enough to remember days when our energy and our water was state controlled. We just paid the rates. We knew exactly what we were paying and we knew exactly what we were getting. I think one of the biggest blunders in this country when it came to the basic things that we needed was privatization, because then you have all this competition here, there, and everywhere. And you have someone you have to worry about, which you might not necessarily have had to before, shareholders. And you have to keep them happy if you're running a private concern of any kind. Now, we've had a bit of a spell where we've seen electricity companies go under because of external pressures. We've seen oil companies have big problems because of external pressures. Even the water companies have had big problems because of external pressures. If you believe that privatizing all of this was a mistake, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Now, when these companies that provide basic necessities like water have problems, they expect to be bailed out. And I wonder how much of that money goes on infrastructure, how much of that money goes to providing the services that they should be providing instead of to the shareholders. Take Thames Water, for example, pretty much the UK's biggest water supplier, in a lot of financial trouble, and I mean a lot. They were bailed out, and this April coming, they've got to repay £190 million of that debt. Well, they can't. They've turned around and said they're going to be unable to meet that requirement. So where does that leave everybody? And the water bill's going to go up, maybe? Well, let's have a look at some of these headlines. Bosses at Thames Water say the company does not have the money to repay a £190 million loan bill due next April. Regulator Ofwat has reiterated concerns over the amount of money the firm's parent company has borrowed, as the utility sits on a £14.7 billion debt pile. My God, that's ginormous. But senior executives at the company blamed its financial troubles on bills being kept at a very low level by the regulator. And in an appearance before the Environment, Food and Rural Affairs Committee of MPs on Tuesday, the new chair of Thames Water, Sir Adrian Montague, there was a lady that was the chair of the thing before, from what I remember, told MPs some of the problems that we're now encountering. And because the bills were kept deliberately very low over the last period, it seems a case of, we would say that, wouldn't we? But there's truth there, he added. And they go on to say that if they can't get the money together, what they're initially looking at is to ask permission to extend the date by which they have to repay. Do you believe they should be allowed? Let me know in the comments. They could see a cut in services. I'd say a cut in the shareholders' take, wouldn't you? It's crazy when it comes to this. It really is. Do you think they should be bailed out with any more concessions? Let me know. And if you want to see another of my water-related videos, start with this one here. And I look forward to talking to you again soon. Toodaloo.